everybody, welcome back to Northernlion, it's Kerbal Space Program, where we are still working on the spaceplane contract. We made a little progress last time. We made a ship that took off. And I also Googled some tutorials about how to attach elevons. In fact, I searched elevons KSP, and like the first response, or the first hit on Google, was why are elevons so hard to place? So I feel as if I am not necessarily in the minority when it comes to these things being weird. Look at that. I don't know if they're fully symmetrical. They seem pretty close. All we need to do is survive. To be able to turn is a nice bonus. I don't know if we need an elevon on the wing. Like the tail fin already turns. Sometimes you do see, you know, airplanes that look like this. They got like one of these things. See, that's not right. You can use A and D, kind of like fine-tune the placement here. You know what? I've decided that's hideous, and we should throw it in the trash. Okay. So we're still just working on spaceplane stuff. It's pretty exciting, despite the fact that I didn't sound excited at all when I said it. And I say it's exciting because we, by our own experimentation, reached takeoff in our last episode. Which I think is a fairly big milestone, all things considered. We cannot maneuver very well on the ground, in case that's not abundantly clear. Oftentimes going off the beaten path here. There's got to be something that makes launches more stable. Okay, take off, please. Take off. The flaps are up. Take off, please. He's done it. He has lost it. And then he's done it again. He done it again, y'all. Okay, we're all wait. Jebediah lived that time. Revert flight. Revert to launch. I think we can still do this. I think that this plane will take off. Just put SAS on. Maybe you want to start like not full throttle. You know, you ever go on an airplane when it takes off? At first you're just like dung 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 dung. Then when you're actually ready to take off, it goes like puts you back in your seat, right? You know it's happening when it happens. SAS, not sure I'm the biggest fan of the decisions it's chosen to make here. Driving us into a very populated area. Oh, Jesus! That's one engine gone. Alright. Go back to the spaceplane hangar here. I'm gonna be honest, these things right here look right to me. Tail connector. We took off the... It's the same thing. It says it's small, but I sort of disagree with that. I don't want basic fins. I don't need aerodynamic nose cones. It's a control surface. Structural wings. I mean, it looks pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie to you. But I think swept wings are kind of correct here. You know what I think I'm gonna do? Why are we rolling this twin engine nonsense? Let's dump this out. We do encounter a new problem, and that problem is gonna be the same problem we had on our last episode, which is I don't necessarily think this is going to be balanced properly, but we're going to give it a shot. We're going to give it a shot here. So again, we want these to be like straight. Oh, why are they so weird? Like that's almost right. Except for the fact that it looks horrible. I mean, I guess we'll give it a try. Why fixed landing gear instead of steering landing gear? I don't know, because it's on a stick. Kind of looked like it might be worth giving a shot. You tell me this thing just does not fire? There's no air intake, so it just doesn't get anything. The fuel's not connected. I don't know. There's myriad problems could be related to this. Okay, revert flight. Revert, like... I don't think we need to have 4 engines on this thing. Where's my... First off, where's my super suit? But secondly, what's going on with our problems here? Like, how were we structuring it previously? Well, we had structural fuselages, so... like, I want to just place it like this, but it needs to be placed on something. What if we... hold up. I might be a moron. What if we got rid of our fuel tanks? Structural fuselage. And then we placed a fuel tank under each wing. Well, let's, I mean, you know, like so. Maybe this is the preferred structure for a space plane. Is air intake, fuel tank, engine. I'm not necessarily suggesting that this is 100% correct. But it kind of looks right. Can we put an aerodynamic nose cone like on the air intakes? No, we cannot. All right. And then the next step is yeah, but like not like that because that's stupid. It's also extremely wrong. Apparently, space plane placement is kind of a sore spot for players in the game, so I don't necessarily consider myself unique here. Like, that is almost sort of right. This thing is gonna lean forward like a son of a gun, though. Yeah, but the thing is, I want you to be like... Only want one on the front, is the thing. I guess these are intended to come off of the wings. Based on the fact that they, excuse me? Based on the fact that they come out at an angle like that. I don't know about this one. Give me, snapping, please. I feel like I've taken, like, 2 steps forward, 1.9 steps back here. Yeah, like that this is like no airplane I've ever seen in my entire life before. Also, why does it have an engine on the back? So 2 engines flamed out immediately. 1 engine still going. 1 engine still going. Okay. Okay, we're 8.5 minutes in here. I really thought we were gonna open this episode by being in like a much better spot because we took off on our last episode. So I thought our lonely days were gone there. We've kind of... Maybe we shouldn't have just completely scrapped our earlier prototype there. Why are you flaming out? I don't understand. Maybe that's not flaming out. Maybe it's just turning on and not very good. I don't... Oh, these are nightmarish episodes here. Dude, launching a rocket straight up is like the easiest thing in the world compared to this. All right, so what's the next step? Well, we just, you know, remake our previous airplane. The elevons are still here. Put 2 of those bad boys on here. And then, I mean, it shouldn't take too much to get back to the space that we were in before, but I do sort of think that our previous launch was kind of a stroke of luck. Notice I didn't say stroke of genius. Stroke of luck. If we can just complete the test and get back to rockets with, like, 1 relative victory, I would consider this to be a huge positive for me, personally. I can only assume that our elevons are not perfectly symmetrical. And that's what's contributing to us constantly, like, steering badly. It could still be a landing gear issue, I'll give you that. Yeah, I mean, that was not great. Maybe it's related to the swept wings? I don't know. We're getting a lot of tests on it, though. I'll give you that. Maybe don't put flaps down immediately. Which one helps you go up? Flaps down or flaps up? I thought it was inverted controls in Kerbal, so S makes you go up. Okay, we're going in the other way this time. Similar problems. I think it's fair to say similar problems. Similar problems with this plane. Similar problems with this plane. Killing my astronauts with this terrible airplane. I'm begging you. Oh, wait, angle snapping's supposed to be off for this part. Yeah, okay. So it's like that. What about that? We know it's bad, but at least symmetrical. Just give it, again, this is a learning experience for me. Science, they're called science experiments, not science, you know, tell me what I already know. I'm just testing symmetry at this point. I'm also wondering if maybe SAS is part of the problem. Maybe it's just the runway is made of unsteady gravel. Because we're always turning. Oh, it flamed out, but it came back on. Well, we're gonna have problems hitting the speed required to take off, I think. Oh, this is it. This is our moment. Can we just make our runway a big ramp, please? He's somehow sort of done it. Now remember, there's two parts. There's climbing, and then there's landing. So throttle down. Careful with literally any maneuver. So you've almost completed step one, and I would say perfectly. It's like I touch the rudder, the thing goes freaking wild here. We need to slow down by a little bit here while still maintaining altitude. He's done it. He's done. Okay, mission accomplished. I would like to turn, please. I don't know if I'd recommend just telling SAS to put you on the retrograde. Seems to have been a terrible decision. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. We're absolutely going down. Just live. Just live, Jebediah. I have the ultimate, utmost faith that we can do this. We need, like... You know what? Actually, take me back here for a second. Revert flight, revert to spaceplane hangar. I think instead of a tail fin... Hear me out here. I did make... I did make space planes the first time I played Kerbal Space Program. Now, did it go super well? No. Has it ever gone super well for anybody in Kerbal Space Program? I'm not totally convinced. But it is, my God, is it thrilling. Is this a control surface? It looks like a control surface to me. Alright, let's save it up. Yeah. Yeah, it works. Alright. This is, Jebediah number 40, requesting takeoff clearance from runway number 1. Breaker Jebediah. We only have one runway, so yeah, you're the only astronaut here. You're clear to go. Alright, enough of the sass, please, air traffic control. I'm trying to take us into the 21st century here. Runway appears to be a little icy. Over. Please advise future pilots of this. Tell my wife I love her. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Let's go. I guess all we needed was for the ground to disappear underneath our feet. Creeping up into the sky. Maybe if our elevons weren't completely blocked, we'd be in a better spot too. Okay, slow it. Throttle down. Okay, keep that up. Good stuff. Keep climbing. Yeah, you're not doing a great. Oh, we can sort of stabilize. Okay, throttle. Ladies and gentlemen, we invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. The captain will momentarily be turning the seatbelt sign off. There we go. Mission accomplished. We should get high up in the air at this point. Let's reach our cruising altitude. But we encourage you to wear your seatbelts throughout your flight. In a moment, your cabin crew will be coming through with a selection of in-flight beverages and snacks available for purchase. You can see the menu options in the menu in the seat back pocket in front of you. Credit cards are accepted for major credit cards are accepted for food and beverage purchases only. If anyone would like to buy a headphone or newspapers, please hit the button. We'll be right over and we're happy to help you. My name is Geronimo. Why choose that name? I was going to say Jerome, and I took it one step further. And I will be the leader of your captain crew tonight. Pleasure to serve you and welcome aboard Air Kerbin. Alrighty. We're all the way up. See, it's like is that a runway down there? Look. We're in no position to be trying to land on any runways anytime soon. But it's nice to know that they exist. You can see what I'm doing here, I assume. Trying to turn a little bit. Turning in an airplane, obviously, a little different than turning in a car. You got that pesky third dimension to worry about. Can't help but notice you're very rapidly descending towards planet Earth right now. Planet Kerbin, sorry. Any chance you'd like to pull up? He's done it. Saved. Not saved. Saved? Saved! All I'm trying to do is make it back. We lost 4,000 feet on our last turn. That doesn't seem like the right course of action for us. But I got high hopes here. Okay. I touched the D key, and it seemed to send me into like an uncontrollable downward spiral here. Normally the way I turn in games in which you fly is you bank and then you elevate. This plane is not built for that sort of action, apparently. It's working. Very, very slowly. It's working. But this doesn't look like a natural turn that you would take in an airplane, does it? Yeah, now we're starting to descend, which scares me greatly. Because I'm holding the S key. Alright, so I think we've turned to half of what we need to turn. So, see, like, what I'm going to need you to do, though, is, like, cut the throttle. Are you turning SAS off? And then really yank on that throttle. I don't know why we lose so much lift through those turns. This appears to have stabilized it. I hope. It's nothing like GTA 5. It's nothing like GTA 5 at all. What if we dip and then we recover? You know, you dip. You always see this in the movies. They go, and then they pull back up. Feed some more air into these engines, right? No, breaker, we're going down. Level it out, level it out, level it out, and land. Jebediah. He is a god. Look at this. Oh, Lord. Maybe we should just put it down. Oh, we have no choice. He lived! That is right, we did it. Oh, Jebediah, my hero. Spaceplane contract complete. Unless, did we lose the engine and thus not complete the contract? He's done it, the contract is complete. Okay. We know that probably our next step is going to be a long time till touchdown brings me back again to find. I'm just going to Google something really quick. How to turn spaceplane KSP. No, not how to turn off jet engines. All right, I'm just looking at this tutorial on the wiki here. Jet engines don't work in space. They have great fuel efficiency, though. Okay. Air intakes are required on the spaceplane. Sick. Jet fuselages are lighter than normal liquid fuel tanks. Spaceplanes need wings. You should ideally use the big S delta wing, avoid the basic fin, and avoid the FAT parts. They have extremely poor temperature tolerance and will almost inevitably break during atmospheric re-entry. Does not matter at all to us right now. Place your control surfaces as far from the center of mass as possible. I have no idea what they're talking about. Slightly taller front landing gear and slightly shorter rear landing gear. Oh, no kidding. All right, this tells me nothing. Here's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try to ferry. I don't want to do a suborbital space flight. What do I explore Kerbal? 2 vessels in orbit of Kerbal. Atmospheric surveys. Take pressure readings in flight above. There's no way we're going to do this one. That's just not plausible. This is a stupid idea. No, I'm not going to send a VIP in orbit. Don't be ridiculous. All right, I'm going to haul an Airstream protective shell. Let me look at this mission again. In flight. 34,000 to 41,000. Okay. I know you can do this on a rocket, by the way, but I want to try to do it on a space plane because I'm having fun taking a break for about an episode and a half here. I'm thinking 2 engines seems fine by me, although, actually, now that I think about it, we might need 4 engines. because we're going much higher. I don't know if that actually makes a difference, but I'm going to give it honest-to-goodness shot regardless. We also, I mean, sure. You know, wherever you find a place for these, don't let me stop you. Just take the landing gear off. That's all I ask. Okay. I think we may want more control surfaces. What the heck happened to my elevons? What is this again? Delta Deluxe Winglet, right? Yeah. It has controlled surfaces already on it. Take these off for a sec. Get this out of here. Get that trash out of here. How big do your wings have to be? They seem like a non-optional part of the airplane, if I'm being honest with you. Oh, you don't say, NL. Like, this thing... now that I've made it... Oh, I can't use that engine anymore. Here, give me a little control Z, please, game. Take me back to our normal airplane. Yeah, okay. But without that... Okay, good. Disconnect. Disconnect. Take this off. What was the engine we were using there? We were using... right, we have to go back to the Juno now. I see. All right. So the Juno's going to connect to the airplane. The airplane connected to the... something. You just won't connect anymore, huh? Do I have to just put one back there? But that doesn't quite look right. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's what we're looking for. Turn our spaceship into a freaking air horn. No, I want this part to be flipped. You don't understand. Really? I can't connect this to this? Maybe it's... I mean, maybe she's born with it, maybe it's Maybelline. Of course, we're all on the same page here. But, what if we use smaller winglets? Again, wait. Hold on. Hear me out. Hear me out here, okay? I am an idiot. You never attach the engines to it in the first place. Give me some Control Z's, please. Thank you. One more. Yeah, okay, that's perfect. First, okay, my mistake. First, you connect fuel tanks. You know what? If you feel that's where you'd like to place the fuel tanks, don't let me stop you. I'd prefer if they weren't angled inwards. Or outwards, but you know what? I'm willing to try anything once. Why do I get the feeling that I'm doing exactly the opposite of what I should be doing? Get out of here. Get this trash out of here. This part can go back. I liked you. Yeah, okay, good stuff. Then, duplicate this part and put them up here. That's the ticket. Look at that. It's wonderful. It looks like a real airplane. Steerable landing gear. Beautiful. And then the most important part. Control surfaces. Elevons. Lifting surface. Control tail fin's a control surface. Wing connector's a lifting surface. Basic fin, lifting surface. Winglets have a little control surface. So almost thinking, what if you like, you're reinventing the wheel. You're gonna reinvent a better wing? Come on, buddy. Don't be ridiculous. Now, you're only supposed to take as many control surfaces as you need, because they're heavy. So what I'm going to do is make my entire plane out of them. And we're just going to try... We're not even taking the part that we're supposed to take yet. Just see if this thing works at all. Certainly seems much heavier. You can't deny that. Hopefully it generates a little bit more lift, though. As soon as possible, ideally. Before this... Yeah, before that part. Yeah, before the... Like, okay. Here's the thing. SAS, I don't think it works on space planes. It doesn't work the way I want it to work, at least. I'm saying that I can fly better than the computer, yes. It's like driving on ice. This is just like being in Thunder Bay in January, baby. You just gotta keep your eyes on the road. So it's nothing like making a Timmy's run. Minus 30-degree weather. And then you take off to the great white north. And you take off. It's a beauty way to go. Oh, we almost had it. You know we almost had that one. I might even want to throw it into a little bit of a controlled slide anyway, you know, show off. Alright, this is a problem. Or it... Yeah, no, it's a problem. He's done it! Hey, Jebediah lived. Plus, he can breakdance like nobody's business. I still reserve judgment on this craft. Pilot error. What if we accelerate more slowly? Just take it easy right now. Take it slow. That's how airplanes take off, right? They don't hit max throttle. The pilots are like, max throttle, that's too fast. Yeah, it's better this way anyway. I like where your head's at. All right, enough kidding around. 6 skid, really appreciate that. Here we go. All right, just line it up appropriately here. Almost had it there. You almost had it. You gotta admit, it handles relatively well, all things considered. Is this the run? We're actually moving in the direction of the runway, which is a big start. Oh, spoke too soon. Crank it! Cranking it was not advisable at this present moment. So this might be the worst thing I've built in this entire game. But my God, I'm trying. I don't love it. Wow. Okay. That's probably the worst way to land an airplane, is directly down on the nose. What do you think? What if we put like another 4 or 5 engines on this thing? What if we put like an engine that attaches to the top of this other engine? Now at this point, I'll admit, okay? It might be a little silly. I'm trying to figure out why this thing is getting into an uncontrollable wobble whenever we launch it. Maybe exactly what we need is more weight on the centers of mass. I still think it has something to do with these elevons here. Like, these things being at an angle is causing us problems. Still accelerating. I still got hope. Yeah, we shouldn't have had hope. No. Don't go back to launch. This is like an exercise of utility at this point. Revert flight, spaceplane hangar. We're gonna do this. You know how many times the Wright brothers crashed airplanes? You know how many times, you ever watch footage of the human race trying to invent airplanes? It's embarrassing. I feel bad for us as a species. Are people on like bicycles with umbrellas attached to it? The umbrella goes up and down as they pedal. Not a good look, okay? I don't want a winglet. But I don't want wings this long. Like these wings seem too long. But they are not swept, which actually might be exactly what I need. Can you put a winglet at the end of these? Oh, he's done it. Dude, this looks like the paper airplane that your classmate made that made the rest of the class jealous. Are those... There's no control surfaces on this, I'm assuming. Just give me 2 of those. This already looks so much better. Now, that's before we put on the engines. So, reserve judgment. This is the worst thing I've ever seen. Again, as soon as it's the worst thing I've ever seen, we gotta give it a try. Because I need to know, maybe the Wright brothers were wrong. Maybe they found an inefficient airplane design and we're the ones who have the, who have all the keys to the kingdom, right? Probably shouldn't be dragging the tail fin across the ground. Look at that. Oh, it's perfect. Yeah, just hold forward and then we're gonna pull it back. Then we're gonna pull it. Fly, grasshopper. Oh! It's an X-wing. It's not generating enough lift. Okay, I don't know if you've noticed. Doesn't appear to be generating enough lift right now. Jebediah's having a great time, though. Look at his face. He lived. There were some explosions in the meantime, but okay, revert flight. Spaceplane hangar. Spaceplane hangar. Get it. Okay, get rid of these. If we could just have a simple spaceplane design that works, that we could return to. That's kind of what my dream is right now. I mean, you've almost got it, and that's what frustrates me the most. I just want engines on the wings. If they don't light the wings on fire, I would say that that's preferable for me. Like, these seem like they're gonna light the wings on fire is the thing. Let's go. Oh, this thing's actually just like... It's too heavy to generate any lift. Or is it the drag from the tail? I don't know. Oh! Can't help but notice a familiar problem here. This is our maximum speed. I don't have high hopes for this one. But our ridge here always gives us a little help. Okay, just bounce it a couple times. We are speeding up every time we do this, except for this time. I don't know what we lost there, but it couldn't have been too valuable. That time, slightly more valuable. Sweet trick, though, before you died. Okay, we're getting to, like... This is a 40-minute episode at this point, largely consisting of failures, but... I'm having a good time. I think that's important. Like, sure. Okay, I can live with that. I don't know how you put... There's probably a better solution to my landing gear problem. Is the subtext here that I haven't touched upon. Like, this is stupid. But they're roughly the same size. If I could just get the landing gear to even out. But the problem is I want them to be so much further out than this. Because this is, we basically are riding a unicycle with 3 wheels. I know that you're going to say, but there's a tricycle. Yeah, but a tricycle also is like staggered. The wheels are in a triangulated position. And as a result, you have a little bit more control during motion. I prefer our experimental parts, man. Those were the days. This thing's so much more stable than our previous ones, though. Well... Pull up. Pull up. Okay, I guess do not pull up yet. Pull up. Oh, Jesus. I don't think we should be stoked that our plane seems to be relying on big ramps to get us into the air. We need to be generating more lift. But I'll be honest with you, this has mostly been a space plane aside as we try to figure out what we're doing here. We're gonna go back to the moon in all likelihood in the next episode. Because, I mean, obviously it's approaching kind of ridiculousness here. I would agree with you on that. You're telling me that is not a control surface? Why would you not place there? You see my concern here? Regular symmetry? Oh, you won't place with regular symmetry. Okay. Well, what if I put you back down and then I pick you back up? That's a different one. This is a different one right here. Yeah, there you go. Maybe the problem is that you just don't have enough wings. Have you considered that? And then, of course, ideally, we want as many control surfaces as possible, even though this very much flies in the face of our previous advice. You know what our problem is? You're like, oh, let me count the ways. No, the problem is we don't have trilateral symmetry. If you can get an airplane with trilateral symmetry, that's like money in the bank. Alright, I'm just goofing around now. If you enjoy watching the goofing around, I appreciate that and thank you very much. If you don't, this is like a nightmarish sort of situation for you then, isn't it? So I've got my suspicions that a two-engine setup is not going to get us into the sky here. But that's all they are, is suspicions. I could be wrong. Yeah, put the engines on the wrong way. That seems like a good course of action. Like, I feel like I am an idiot. And I might be, but at the same time, why do the fuel tanks attach? Well, they attach so well in this situation, but and I tried to do it before, they look like garbage. Like, a fresh fuel tank has no problems connecting for whatever reason. So, I'll be honest with you, this is going to be the final one we're going to do over the course of this episode, and probably for quite some time. I do not think this is going to get into the air. I think it's too heavy. Might not have enough control surfaces. Has only one piece of landing gear. No circular air intake, so that's going to be on the list. But I've had a fun time experimenting with these space planes, and now I realize why everybody says, hey, never touch these again. We will probably touch them again, but it'll be some time. Till touchdown brings me back again to find. I mean, those are pointing outwards. I just can't be happy looking at it like this. Okay, like... that seems okay. This is our last-ditch attempt here. 36 parts. Alright, well, I hate to do it. There's 2. There's another 2. Maybe you should take off some of the wing pieces. Maybe you should mind your own freaking business. Okay, there you go. Problem solved. And then as close to the back as possible, maybe. Dude, I don't know. My brain is like, this thing's alright. Craft is too large for the runway. What's the problem? What does this mean? Span, 16.32 meters, max. And then it's the bitwise operator. Less than 2 right then. Its width is slightly too long. Nailed it. Let's go. How so? It's 0.3 meters too long. You're killing me here. You're actually killing me. You're gonna make me fly this thing with suicide doors? Well, okay. I mean, how there's like 2 pieces connected here. Okay, move this. And now we gotta. Oh, you've made me so angry. Okay, connect. Here's the deal. Connect. Can you connect, please? Okay, connect. Just want to finish the freaking episode at this point. You're raining on my parade. I don't know why you're raining on my parade, but you've chosen to. And then fuel tank. And now the fuel tanks are not enjoying the connection to the bottom of the airplane here. Rest assured, I'm aware this is a little bit of a Northernlion What Are You Doing episode. By a little bit, I mean a lot. But again, I stand by it. They're called science experiments. Do these fly in the face of the laws of physics? Perhaps, maybe the laws of physics are made to be flying in the face of. Flown in the face of. Killing in the name of. Alright, so I see one problem with this plane already. Bonus points if you can recognize it for yourself. It's got a great silhouette, you gotta admit. Okay, this is a extremely airplane voice. Pull up. Whoa! Yo, it flies. Yo, no. It flies. This is a working airplane. Like, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. I'm gonna try to land it on this island. We are dipping a little, I'll give you that. But it flies. It is a flying machine. Obviously, if you had told me this would be the best launch we would have had, I would have looked at you like you were out of your freaking mind. But you can't argue with results. This thing is like weirdly sort of functional. Now, I don't necessarily love everything about it. It doesn't have the greatest look to it, I'll tell you that right off the bat. I think, if I had to be honest, I think our 100% problem was control surfaces. Now that I've got elevons on a wing that it seems like appropriate to have them on, the thing actually handles okay. So I think there's a runway over here. It's getting a little windy in there probably. Oh geez, what have I done? Okay, I can't help but notice we're starting to lose altitude a little bit here. How do you put yourself in Jebediah's shoes? There we go. It's even got a little nav ball. Don't even tell me it's docking mode. Where's our altimeter? Is that our altimeter? Oh, altitude. Climbing. Appreciate that. There's our runway. You know, your boy has to try a Top Gun style first-person landing on this runway in this piece of garbage space plane that somehow, I mean, you can't get much more NL-y than this, is all I'm trying to suggest. We're only 600 meters in the air. That's extremely low. Even for, like, landing, that frightens me. It climbs like a bat out of hell. Okay, breaker. Coming in for our approach, please. Roger, Jebediah. Just want you to know, nobody here actually believes in what you're doing. I don't think you're going to be able to make it. Many of us are concerned that you don't realize this isn't a runway. You also appear to be doing flips en route to the arrival location. And he's dead. Just short of the runway, though, right? If that's what that even is. Still, though, for now, thanks for watching. Weird progress was made. If you enjoyed the episode, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.